Daethant yr asen a'r ebol ato, a rhoesant ei mentyll ar ei cefn ac eisteddodd Iesu arnynt. Teinodd tyrfa fawr iawn i mentyll ar y ffordd, ac roedd eraill yn torri canghennau ar coed ac yn ei teinu ar y ffordd. Ac roedd tyrfaoedd ar y blaen iddo, a rhaid tu ôl yn gweiddi, Hosanna i fab Dafydd, bendigedig yw'r un sy'n dod yn enw'r arglwydd, Hosanna yn y goruchaf. Mae'n ymddangos bod pŵer a statws yn mynd law yn llaw. Gwisgoedd ysblenydd a dillad drud, ceir crand ac awrynnau preifat. A mae yna lawer o ddefodau cynnil sydd wedi cynllunio i bwysleisio pwysigrwydd pobl sydd o radd uwch. A gwelir hyn yn yr eglwys yn ei seremonia a'i harferion sy'n ategu statws ei harweinwyr gyda gwisgoedd, seddi anrhydedd a theitlau. Ond mae Iesu yn radical. Mae'n dymchwel y strwythura a'r system agrymus hyn, ceir asyn yn lle ceffyl mwyn gwneud y pwynt. Serch hynny, mae'r bobl o'i gwmpas yn mynd allan o'i ffordd i'w anrhydeddu gyda charped o glogynnau a changhennau palmwydd wedi'i torri a'i chwifio fel baneri buddigoliaethus. Ac eto, ymhen wythnos, byddant yn cefnu arno cyn gynted ac y tawed sain i bloeddio. Power exists for a reason. It holds within itself the ability to make things happen. After all, everyone has some power to an extent. How it's used, though, speaks volumes about the aspirations and true ambitions of those who hold it. To have ambition to make a difference can be a noble desire, and many politicians will speak of that being their motivation. The true leaders, though, are the ones who are the willing servants of those they seek to lead. The first word in the rule of St. Benedict is listen. We listen to God, to one another, to aim to discern the path that will lead to flourishing and true peace. One of the treasures of St. Asaph Cathedral is the William Morgan translation of the Bible into Welsh, printed in 1588. This enabled people at the time to read and hear the words of life and peace in their own tongue. It was an act of service that opened the scriptures rather than just expecting people to do as they were told. Faith and understanding went hand in hand. As we journey with Jesus through what we call Holy Week, we recall that during the meal on Maundy Thursday, Jesus gave a dramatic example of servant leadership. He took a bowl and a towel and proceeded to wash their feet. No leader would stoop to do this, but he did it to show that this leader cares for them, will humble himself for them, and if they're to be leaders like him, they must do the same. Many churches reenact this with foot washing as they recall the Last Supper. Hi Ryan, so here we are in St Asaph Cathedral, which houses this amazing collection of Bibles that were translated into Welsh, 1588, the 1620 version. And that made the Bible accessible to people at the time, didn't it? So can you tell me a bit about how you're making the faith accessible to people in our time?
Yeah, well, we're trying to. We've got a contemporary youth service, which happens every single month here at the cathedral, at the start of each month, every Sunday. And we try to make it as accessible as possible, so we try to make it as easy, as informal, as casual as possible. So you'll see me quite often leading worship in my shorts and t-shirt, and it's an accessible space so that people can come and worship Jesus without all that tradition and sometimes baggage that can come, and to make it more fluid and a little bit more normal for people. It'll be in their language rather than using the these and the thous. So it's a space where we try to welcome everyone, and we try to make it as homely and as welcoming as possible.
Hi Karen. So we've been talking in this episode of the Lent course about servant leadership and how Jesus demonstrated that
humble leadership, washing his disciples' feet, coming in on the donkey and really subverting our expectations of power. Can you tell me a bit about how your work as the safeguarding officer helps to embed that kind of dynamic into the cathedral here?
I think that a healthy Christian community should focus on ensuring and also nurturing well-being and looking after other people, which is what safeguarding is about. Looking after their well-being is a way of demonstrating that service to those we love and with whom we work in our communities. So within safeguarding in St Asaph, we're working really hard to collaborate with all aspects of our community, so that the whole message is that we want to make church a safe place for those who work within it and worship within it, and for those who come into our churches from the outside.
So how do you ensure that the people that maybe haven't got that status and power have got a voice in all of this?
Yeah, I think it's really vital that those who have concerns about something that may have happened to them feel able and safe to voice those concerns, and voicing them to somebody who's taking them really seriously and is going to act upon what they've been told. And therefore, that makes the whole church community feel as if they've contributed to that safe place by working in collaboration with each other. And those of us who are involved in the way that I am, making sure that we make a difference as well, because we are serving others, aren't we, within our churches, and serving those outside the churches as well. And listening to God, listening to others, helps us to work out a pathway to serving others.